It was a game full of controversial and bizarre decisions, but Ali Mccoist has took it a step even further as he's labelled one of them one of the worst decisions ever. Welcome back to Fog Football. We've talked about these decisions in grief detail so far, and we're going to continue to do it over the coming days as we prepare for another European midweek. But let's not waste any time. He was speaking on TalkSport this morning, Ali, and this is what he had to say regarding the game. And I quote, Rangers were miles better after the sending off, which, you know, was a sending off. I don't think the lad meant it, but I thought it was a poor tackle and probably was the right decision, the sending off. And then, remarkably, the referee did not send off the Celtic centre-half for deliberately kicking the Rangers goalkeeper in the head. So it was one of the worst decisions I've seen in a long, long time. VAR doesn't send them off either. End of quote. Right. I think it is a clear penalty. Breaking news, Luke Littler passes driving test after failing theory test 6 times. I mean, why is that on my screen? Who cares about Luke Littler, by the way?
See this Luke Littler, we'll get into what Mccoist had to say in a minute, but see this Luke Littler obsession? It's fucking weird that people simply like this guy because he was 17.
180.
Yeah, he's good at fucking darts, but he's got no charisma, he's not entertaining, he's a fat bastard. There's just nothing interesting about the guy.
He's a fat guy that eats kebabs and spends his money on FIFA points. That describes...
That's his gimmick.
A lot of people.
That's his character. That's his personality.
Yeah.
I mean, Brendan Rodgers likes to talk about personality. But...
I think he's using the Honda Civic to deliver kebabs to Luke Littler's house.
Well, I don't think he'll be getting a job in managerial anytime soon. Management, should I say.
It's like, see when you're at the door and the Just Eat driver's like, what's the code? 190.
No, but I mean, the guy...
And Rodgers, what's he do? He does a 180 back into the Honda Civic and fucks off. Anyway...
Probably he'd be too afraid to deliver a kebab to Stephen Presley, that's for sure.
He would.
But
Stephen Presley would boy you to death at the door. He's the kind of guy who'd still pay in cash and be like, one piece. Let me go get the bag.
If you want someone to give you a 20p tip, I'm not your man because...
I deal in 50s. £50 notes, Stephen Presley.
You got change, yeah, coin. If you want someone to lie down to Brendan Rodgers and make this Celtic team look good, then I'm not the manager for you.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Stephen, what a guy. Yeah. Stephen Presley's outlasted both the old firm managers. He deserves credit for that. And I think he'll outlast Jimmy Thielen.
He might. Right. Was it the worst decision you've ever seen? Or one of? I'm going to disagree
here. The
here.
trusty one?
Aye.
Nah, we've seen... I cannot think off the top of my head what is the worst decision I've ever seen.
The Liverpool one against Tottenham a couple of years ago was bad because they gave it as offside and he was like 5 yards onside.
Don't remember that.
No, because they far did it too quick and went over it.
I don't really remember that, to be fair.
Well, I do.
But no, it was a bad decision, and I think that Trusty should have been sent off. He's intentionally...
I remember Van Persie getting sent off in the Nou Camp for putting the ball away.
That was a bad one.
Yeah.
He didn't even put the ball away. He claimed that he never heard the whistle. And I could believe that because it looked like he played on and took a shot.
It was very loud.
So
yeah.
I don't think he knew that he was
I mean, that Chelsea-Barca game was fucking horrific. We've literally had match fixing in Serie A, so I'd like to think some of that's been pretty bad.
Take that's the one where Drogba was swearing and cursing at the officials after the match.
I mean, Maradona, as great as it was,
that was a pretty bad decision.
Did literally handle the fucking...
Yeah. What about was it Fulham versus United, and Edwin van der Sar retrieves the ball for about 10 metres behind his goal line. They didn't get it.
Yeah, I mean, there's been some...
Or was that Tim Howard? I can't remember who it was.
Even Lampard's disallowed goal against Germany.
That was great. That was a great decision.
No, it was great, but... point is, right, we can still come to the conclusion that this is a clear red card, but it's still not one of the worst decisions ever. No, if he runs up and boots Jack Butland's head out of Hampden, right, and it lands at the fucking train station, then...
Nick Walsh probably would have given him a goal.
Yeah.
He'd have pointed to the fucking centre circle.
Aye.
2-0. No, you know what decision I thought was bad, especially for the time frame that it happened in? Beckham getting sent off against Argentina.
One of the worst decisions ever, though.
I think so, because back then you're pretty much allowed to do anything.
Apart from that.
What Beckham did was a slight wee fucking kick it with his leg, and was it Alia? What was the Argentina player?
I can't remember.
Was it Riquelme?
I think it was him. And he
Was it Riquelme?
Yeah, but
or Aloha?
that's when that's when the play act
No!
was beginning.
I think it was your man. Was it no what's his name? Fuck it, Atletico Madrid manager.
Diego Simeone.
Aye. I think it was Simeone, aye.
That's 2002 World Cup.
98.
No, I think it was 2002.
Nah, it was 98.
Was it 98?
Nah, it was definitely 98.
Well, I wasn't alive in 98, so...
I think it was Simeone, if I remember correctly. Now someone could
Fuck, it's that long ago?
someone could embarrass me in the comments and say that Simeone isn't Argentinian, but
He is.
I'm pretty sure
No,
it
he's
was,
definitely Argentine.
I'm pretty sure it was Simeone. I thought that was a bad decision. Anyway, let's move on.
Hold on, you talk a load of shit. Let's find out. David Beckham sending off
98 World Cup.
against Argentina. It was Diego Simeone. And,
There you go.
And I thought it was 2002. There you go. It was the 98 World Cup.
No, because this 2002 Beckham had the skinhead.
Aye, true. Aye,
I'm not pretending to be the biggest David Beckham fan of all
something
time,
about
but
the David Beckham mark.
oh, David Beckham mark. I love
Bend it
David.
like Beckham.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, worst decision ever? I'm not having it.
Bend it into Brendan. Bend it into Brendan.
Aye, brilliant.
Aye, anyway, right. Well,
Either or. I mean, he says it's one of the worst decisions he's seen in a long time, but the Daily Record went with one of the worst decisions he's ever seen. So, I mean, it's a poor decision, but we've seen last year that Tierney should have got a penalty with the scales pulling him down in the box on the, you know what I mean? So,
no, but you know what?
I'm noticing a wee trend here.
Well, yeah, there is a trend. It seems to be decisions that Rangers should be getting they don't get. But see, last year, I don't think it's... See the fact that Tierney never got the penalty? That's not what bothered me. I don't think that's the whole... the horrible part of the decision or the corruption that people speak about. I think it's when you hear the audio. See how quickly the VAR team glossed over that Tierney incident?
Yeah.
It's like they didn't even want to consider the fact it could be a... No, you can't deny. See, last year... They glossed over that. Just, oh no, not a penalty outside the box, right, give a free kick.
Yeah.
They didn't even fucking look at it.
It's almost like that Brighton envelope got fucking wung with the velocity of that envelope that got wung on Jeremy Kyle that time.
And then look at times where the decision's obvious and they take like 2 or 3 minutes
I know.
to confirm it.
Oh, but look at Hearts. Look at the Hearts game.
Dundee Celtic, that penalty.
Aye.
It smacks him in the face. It took them 3 minutes to confirm that wasn't a penalty. The Celtic Hearts penalty, it took them 3 minutes to give Hearts a penalty, even though Dame Murray clearly tripped Braga. But look at the Tierney penalty last year in that cup. Was it cup final?
They were just doing their job.
Within a bit.
Here, they were just doing their job.
Well, hold on. Did they not
but-
get taken off? Did they not get taken away from duties?
But as Tony Soprano said, heard a lot of that in Nuremberg, didn't he?
Yeah, but did they not get removed for duties?
I Frank Connor.
Aye.
Yeah, they did.
No, you can't. Look how quickly he moved on. He didn't. I don't even think he looked at the replay.
No, I don't think. Right. We'll move on though. That's what Ali said to wrap up. And then the game went back and forth. Rangers get the penalty late on. There was a bit of a debate about that, which I thought was a penalty. There's a surprise, but it was a great game. I mean, a really good game. End of quote. It was a good game. Compared to the 0-0 earlier on in the season, it was. Anyway, I don't think it's the worst decision we've ever seen, but that doesn't mean it's not a penalty. There's been a lot of decisions over the course of football in history. I mean, we're talking literally, billions. Easily billions. I'd say so. So, yeah, we'll leave it there, folks. Leave your thoughts.
It was a bad decision, I think, but it's not one of the worst decisions I've seen.
Yeah, I don't think in 5 years we're going to be like, here, remember when Trusty didn't get sent off?
I don't know, some people are pretty bitter, like, and will be hell-bent. And...
No, but it's like the Julian one 6 years ago. He was clearly off, but that goal stood.
There's a bit of a trend here, isn't there?
Well, there is. Yeah, but I can half accept that because there was no foul then. Even though he was clearly off.
Are you convinced that it would have turned that around? Like?
Probably not. Would have been one of those, oh, fuck quickly. No, never. Green light. Red light. Shite.